We are going to do our box opening for summer 25. So I've got my box here. It looks like most of the people in our subscription have received theirs, so shouldn't be any spoilers now. So we've got the front here, my cool sticker that I've been making for this, and then you open it up and you get your welcome and your invitation to our private Facebook group, and that is where we do all of our like our demos, and we share our artwork and we do the artwork together, and that's where I post the videos so that you know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so then here's our welcome letter and my cool sparkly sticker, and you open that up and we've got our welcome letter, and then it tells you what our secret book is. And so what this is a classic book club that you do art that is inspired by, we do art together rather, inspired by the classic book. So you will see as that goes through. So there's our welcome letter, we've got our list of what's included this quarter, and then helpful hints for anything that might be going on, things you might need to know. So there is our letter, and then we open up our tissue paper. And inside, I have, this time, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I put together each project, like combine them. So I'm really excited about how nice this looks when we open it up. So we've got our bookmark kit here. So I started this last quarter, and this was a favorite. And it's this beautiful custom canvas, pre-printed canvas for the subscription box. So can you tell what our book is? This will be the last part of this. But our book, before we get to it, is I'm having trouble thinking. Something just popped up on my Facebook. The Robin Hood. So I've got Robin Hood. So you can see him there. And what makes this so cool is that it makes it really easy and really relaxing to paint because it's all pre-printed for you. So, and then let me pull this up so you guys can see this. So you've got your ribbon there for the tassel part of the bookmark, and then we've got the arrow charms. Let me see if I can get that into focus. You can see that. Look how fun those are. And those will dangle off the end of the bookmark after we paint these. So the demo, I will show that. You can follow along on my page and you will see what this bookmark ends up looking like. So there's that. It's super pretty. And then inside our gold bag, so we've got a gold bag to represent the bags of gold that Robin Hood steals and distributes to the people in need. And we've got inside this, you can see, it tells you what's in this, tea and stickers. So I have created some custom stickers. Look how pretty that is. Maid Marian, Robin Hood, like a vintage, and these are really nice thick stickers, waterproof, like a vinyl almost. So these are like beautiful and they should hold up really well. And then we've got a quote. Henry Gilbert is the author. So Robin Hood's been rewrote quite a few times. This is the book that we're doing. The world is full of sorrow and trouble, but there's always something to be glad about. So I've created that sticker as well, and then I created this huge sticker. It ended up being bigger than I don't know what I had in my head when I measured it out, but it ended up being so much bigger, like after I see it, than what I had in my head. So fortune changes like the moon, and who can say what will be on the morrow, Henry Gilbert. This one I thought was super pretty, though. It is pretty. So these are all custom made for this subscription box. You can't find this anywhere else. And then my favorite company that does lots of teas and coffees and such, Simpson and Vale. We've got the sweet matcha, so it's green. So you got this beautiful green drink in honor of Robin Hood. And this one will be good cold or warm. So this will be a little fun difference from the teas that we've had. And it's sweet. So the last one we had was sort of more of a bitter, smoky, robust type tea, and this one's like a nice change up. So it'll be good for summer. All right, so there's our gold bag. And then, so this is something I started doing last quarter as well. I've really like narrowed some things down. So we've got our, this was what yours would look like if you were with me all the quarters. So I did, this is my year subscription box, my 1 year. This is my anniversary box, and I've been running for 1 year, which is super exciting. So if you've been with me all of the quarters, you will receive this many anyway. Everybody receives some. I'll explain as I go. So what I call this my mini museum. So this is the kit for that. Last quarter, if you were with me, you got the first of those, and then I decided to make sure you got all of the books that we've read together. So that's what this is going to end up being. Let me show you what that looks like. So right here, what we have is the mini museum, like shelving, like, I don't know, display boxes, I guess is what you can call them. So they slide together, and they can make different shapes and stuff. You see they have the nail hole back here, so you can hang it or you can put it on your bookshelf to display. So each one of the little mini museum pieces go in there. So, and they each represent a different book that we've read. So let me open this up. So these are the backgrounds. So here we've got the 20,000 Leagues, we've got the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Christmas Carol, and then the newest one, the Robin Hood. And these are all old artwork, as old as I could find, that represent each book. And then I spoke about the illustrator or what it came from, because, you know, we're doing an art box / book box, so we have to talk about the illustrators. And just a thank you for being part of the subscription. And then let me show you some of the cool little pieces. So in this green bag, you get these beautiful little pieces that go into the mini museum. So this one's our 20,000 Leagues, and these have been primed, and we will paint these together in our box. This one is the skull for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and we read a couple of his other novellas like The Suicide Club and The Raja's Diamond that were they're all dark, like spooky, so I felt like that was a good one. We've got the bust of Jacob Marley, and then our arrow for Robin Hood. And each of those go into the little background here. And you've got your mini museum display. And we're going to we are going to paint these and decorate them and stuff like that. And here, let me grab, this is one of my favorite pieces of the thing. Let me grab my mock-up here so you can see, look how fun that is. It's sort of, yeah, like a very vintage feel. You can see the old vintage book print on the inside there, and you've got the old illustration there. But yeah, I like really love how beautiful that looks, and it would be such a cool thing to hang on your wall. So as you go through this collection, you will show each thing you've read by your little mini museum, and it'd be beautiful right next to your books. Okay, then I have the Weekly Whimsy kit. So let's open that up. The Weekly Whimsy is something we've been doing from the very, very beginning. And I love the engagement we get with this. This is a mini art project / painting that we do every week. And I post my tutorial in the group, but it's lovely to see and wonderful to see everybody's like differences on the take of what we're doing. So we each use the same picture, but we use different supplies sometimes, and of course have our own style. And I upped this up a little bit to make it a little more fancy. So let me show to those of you in my group. We've got our regular watercolor book with the nice heavy-duty watercolor for our mini paintings. And then a few of you a while back had purchased a photo album to start putting your little mini paintings in, and I just love that idea, but I wanted to take it a little further. So I created a custom, and we're gonna I'm gonna show you in the group how to attach this, a custom cover. So this is our Robin Hood. We've got like the castle in the background and the forest, and we're going to paint this, and then we're going to put in each of these, once it's attached and put together, our paintings. And I think that would be such a pretty collectible thing to have with your artwork in it along with your book. So I'll show you really quickly a couple of the things that we do paint. So I use different types of clip art, different types of art I create, and we make like these little mini paintings. So these are our tracers. So that's what this is here, and this is for the 12 weeks that we go through the quarter. And then I'm sure some of you, if you have followed, you've seen some of the weekly whimsies. And then this is the final piece, and the piece that everything is based on, which is our book. Well, there's two pieces in here, the book and the canvas. Let me show you. I'm going to pull this out. So let me show you the book first. We've got the Robin Hood book. Look how beautiful. It's like a faux leather, the beautiful foil. It has a ribbon marker in it. The illustrations. Such a pretty book. I love it. And it looks so pretty with all the rest of the things that we have, all the other books that have come in the group. So you have, like, you're going to have a collection of a book, you're going to have the collection of the mini museum, you're going to have the collection of the weekly whimsies, you're going to just have this beautiful art and story collection. So, and then this is the last piece that we have. This is our pre-printed canvas. Again, it's similar canvas to what our bookmark is. It's pre-printed. So this makes for a really fun, pretty painting. And I made it in 8x10 so it can frame really easy. And of course you could put it in like an album or something too, but I thought this, look how neat. So it's in like a grayscale. So it makes it really easy to have, the shading and the highlights come through as you go. So you do not have to be an artist to be part of this group. You just have to enjoy creating and enjoy reading. Thank you, Louise. So nice for you to jump on here and say something. You're so wonderful. You're such an awesome person. Okay, so yeah, that is where we are at. We've got it all. So let me collect all these things. So we've got our book based on everything, the Robin Hood, and that beautiful. And then we've got our castle with the forest in the foreground. So let me slide that. Let me put that. Actually, it's going to take me a minute to put it back in there. So let me just recap by laying it in the box. So we've got those two things. And then we've got our weekly whimsy with our tracers, and our weekly whimsy with the album and the cover, the custom cover we're going to make, along with the watercolor paper that goes with that. And then we've got our mini museum with each of the little pieces to represent our book that we are reading, along with the mini museum backgrounds and display information that goes along with the display. And then we've got our custom stickers and our fun tea to sip while we are doing that. Oh, you live near Nottingham? Oh, how cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't realize, yeah, I didn't even think about you being right over there near that. That's awesome. So there's so many stories of Robin Hood. This one, I haven't read Robin Hood either, but I was like doing research before I got this. So it was really interesting. So, so far I've started reading this book already. If you do want to read it, it's been really fun. But and then we've got our Robin Hood bookmark kit there. And then last we have our welcome letter. So that is our subscription for the summer, our adventure. I try to keep it more adventurous in the summer to make it fun. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, Louise, again for getting on here and chatting with me. I appreciate you. And then let's see if there's anything else. To my group, I will be in the group tomorrow and drop in our weekly whimsy first tutorial. And I look forward to seeing what all we're going to create this quarter. Thanks, everybody.